I'm Cape Joel, and this is Comic Smack, your weekly, daily, all the time, anytime comic book show where I give you your fix of everything you need to know from the world of comic books and superheroes. And on today's show, we are taking a closer look at Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, issue number 302. To stop an alien invasion, our heroes have used Dr. Doom's time pad to return to the past. But could the past very well be more dangerous than the future? Well, let's hop on in together and find out, shall we? Alrighty then, so picking up from where the last issue left off, we check on in with teenage Peter Parker at school. It's an average day. He's getting bullied by Flash Thompson, but also getting hit on by Jessica Jones pre-alcoholism. Oh man, what a road not traveled, am I right? The only difference is this time when the bullies come for Peter, he's actually defended by, well, his older self. And oh my, does that not look like a familiar piece of clothing older Peter's wearing? It's what he wore in the 90s cartoon show. How fun. Future Pete has come to recruit past Pete because it seems that they didn't exactly finish the job when it came to stopping the Green Goblin in the previous issue. It would seem that Osborn slipped his police bonds in the previous issue, and our heroes can't exactly deal with their time travel dilemma if they also have to worry about a vengeful Green Goblin. But because our heroes have already gone about changing time, it seems that the butterfly effect is already starting to take place, namely a vengeful Norman Osborn checking out the Bugle, wherein, you guessed it, current-day Jonah Jameson was writing up a story on Peter Parker. With this knowledge in hand, the Green Goblin vows to finish off his greatest rivalry here and now before it really has a chance to get started. He also seemingly kills past J. Jonah once he's done. Oh man, that can't be good for anyone. Now where exactly is future Jonah? Well, he's hitting up all the tech shops right now trying to find the Tinkerer, but it seems that Phineas Mason is such a nobody, he left no paper trail behind before committing his first major crime. That's gonna be soon, but still our heroes more or less have to sit on their hands and waste time for it to happen. Now while all of this is going on, Teresa's actually in her own interesting little side plot. She's hooked up with the original Nick Fury, and they're currently digging around the Parker's old spy house. Yeah, remember Peter's parents worked for S.H.I.E.L.D.? Well, it seems that in their old age, before they died, they grew much more paranoid and moved a lot of their spy stuff out of the house. It seems that Teresa still very much views them as her parents, even though that can't be possible, right? Mastermind just tricked her into thinking that, but when she goes through a bunch of the Parker's old files, she does indeed find photo evidence that she could still very well actually be Peter's blood sister. Speaking of Spider-Man, when we check on in with him and his younger counterpart, they seem to have stumbled into the events of an old Mysterio storyline wherein he used his illusions to try and get Peter to admit his secret identity. It failed then and it fails now. The two Spider heroes are burning daylight and sadly nowhere closer to finding the Green Goblin, but hey, on the upside, having two Spider-Man means that future Spider-Man can stay behind and pound the pavement while younger Spider-Man can actually go home and have his old aunt not worry about him for once. You know, this kind of supportive mentor-mentee relationship they have right here really goes to show what his relationship with Miles should have been in the main universe. Oh well, c'est la vie. Now what neither Peter Parker could have put together though is that perhaps their actions would come back and bite them in the ass, mainly that when young Peter Parker returns home, Norman Osborn is already waiting for him. He subdued his aunt and it looks like the Green Goblin is ready to make time all that much more warped as the comic winds down. So that was Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man issue number 302, everyone. An enjoyable, if ultimately kind of inconsequential issue. We are, for the most part, literally watching our heroes kill time until their actual mission objective reveals itself. That's not to say there isn't a lot of fun to be had. It's nice to see Jonah buckle down and actually get back into his investigative reporter roots trying to crack a case and find a suspect. The stuff with Teresa looks like it might actually be going somewhere pretty big. I mean, why else would Zdarsky bring her back in the book if he wasn't going to pull something like this at some point? It is ultimately pretty fine, which is why I give it the pretty fine score of 6 out of 10. So that's Peter Parker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the book, and as always, be sure to take a closer look at some of these other things I've been working on. Then you can follow me on Twitter and Facebook at Cape Joel, so you're always up to speed on what I'm doing next. And hey, if you like what I do and are feeling in a supportive mood, please check out my Patreon link down in the description. Patrons get exclusive access to videos and content before anyone else, and you can do so for as little as $1 a month. And until next time, everyone, this has been Cape Joel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all again later. Bye-bye.